Oh, court news. The Supreme Court has struck down the third extension in tenure given to SK Mishra, the head of the Enforcement Directorate. It has in fact termed the tenure illegal and has ordered Mishra to relinquish office by the 31st of July. Remember, the Apex Court had struck down an extension given to Mishra in 2021, but the government had promulgated an ordinance to nullify the order. Ashmit standing by now with the details. Ashmit, the Supreme Court basically saying no further extensions can be granted to SK Mishra. In fact, the tenure that he's currently on has been held to be invalid. What are the implications of this, and why is he still on till the 31st of July?
Well, the Supreme Court clearly has said that while the centre does indeed have the power to go ahead and to grant such extensions for a 5-year term, it has held that as far as this specific case is concerned of SK Mishra, it is invalid in law, and towards that end had asked SK Mishra to demit office by July 31st. The rationale of the Apex Court being that India will be undergoing an evaluation by the FATF, and so to ensure that there's a smooth transition of power, the Supreme Court has granted that small leeway of allowing SK Mishra to end his term on July 31st. Now, here's the background to it of it all. SK Mishra was appointed in 2018 for a 2-year term. Subsequently, 3 times, 2020, 2021 and 2022, the government had granted him a 1-year extension. This was the 3rd extension that he's currently operating on. In the midst of it all, in 2021, the Supreme Court had held that SK Mishra cannot be allowed any further extensions. That, in turn, had been nullified by an ordinance, and therefore we had this litigation before the Apex Court. So on the question of the ordinance and the power and the changes that were made to the law, well, the Supreme Court said that that's kosher, that's good, that's fine. The centre does indeed have the power to grant this extension. But with respect to SK Mishra, the Supreme Court noted that any such move that will nullify the Apex Court order, that will nullify the mandamus that was granted by the Apex Court when it had explicitly said that this SK Mishra cannot be allowed to continue as the ED director, that cannot be permitted, that is not good in law, and that is invalid in law. So the Apex Court asking for SK Mishra to demit office July 31st should be his last date in the office.
All right, Ashmit, appreciate you joining us. And we're not done with court matters. The Supreme Court has deferred hearing the Adani Hindenburg matter to the month of August.